Hello. I'm still kind of trying to figure out the best way to set this up for everybody to see, but I figured I'd take it off the waiting screen because it's boring. Um, but anyway, yeah, I just figured I would get on here and just mess around with some pedals and my friend my friend Paul, he plays drums for the band Outer Heaven. He let me borrow his Korg Mini Log, which is a pretty sweet little synthesizer, and I've just been really like obsessed with it over the last couple of days. Kind of just like learning the ins and outs of like how hardware synths work and how it can be applied to pretty much everything I already know about guitar stuff. Like literally everything I use for guitar, I can just plug the synth in and use it the exact same way. Like I can run it through all these guitar pedals. I can run it through my Kemper. Like nothing's really changed. So it's kind of cool because I have this cool new piece of hardware that I can literally just integrate right into my setup and have fun messing around with it. So this is going to be like pretty informal. I don't have like too many like plans for this. I just figured I'd get on here since it's been a couple of days and like screw around, I guess, and just hang out and answer questions and whatever. So yeah, I'm just gonna finish setting this up real quick. Studio's kind of a mess right now. Like I said, I've been, obsessing over this new thing that I got for the last couple of days. So usually when I get a new thing that I like, it kind of gets to be a mess in here. And if at any point today there's any like shot audio issues or whatever, just give me a heads up. I've not tested this at all. Like this setup, I didn't troubleshoot before getting on here, so we'll probably have some fun together. And the camera already looks terrible, so let me fix that real quick. I have such a Frankenstein setup right now. I have my second monitor on the other side of the room, so I'm like trying to control it from over there. That's a little better, not as horribly washed out. All right, that should be okay. Okay. Let me turn this way here. Bolts on my neck. Oh, Dean, I'm wearing the Good Watch today. So maybe that's it doesn't mean anything actually, but I'm wearing it. So shout out to the watch owners club that Dean got me interested in. I'm impressed. Are you impressed with my cable winding technique here? I've never, up until last couple of years, I never understood why everybody made fun of people who just wrap the cables like this, but now I know. Man, this is gonna be ridiculous looking. Whatever though. Alright. I have plugged in my synthesizer. I am prepared to sequence. Do smartwatches count? I don't know, Dean. Do they count? Dean's kind of like the watch gatekeeper. I don't know. They might count. Like I've joked about before, though, ever since I've gotten a watch, quality of my life has dramatically improved. I go to bed earlier. Don't stay out late, getting into trouble. I'm aware of what time it is. Okay. Yo. Greetings from California. What's up? I bet the weather's great there right now. Hello from Scotland. Scotland is very sick. We were there sort of recently. Got Taco Bell there. That's what we did in Scotland. We went to Scotland and got Taco Bell and played a show. Hey, Brody. Also from Scotland. Damn, we got 2 people from Scotland in here, and all I'm talking about is Taco Bell. That's horrible. Do smartwatches count? We already hit, yeah. Simple man. See, Dean? What's up? Oh, nice shirt. Hey, thanks. Yeah, I got this. Ooh, when was this that I got this? This was probably 2017. We were on tour with Darkest Hour, and I think it was when we were in San Diego. We played in San Diego, and we went to Stone before the show, and then we went to Ballast Point after the show. So you can imagine what the next day looked like for me. But yeah, had a few IPAs and went into the gift shop and thought it was a good idea to drop a bunch of money on merch. Oh, sick! You got a fanny pack? Yeah, I still think we should redo those. I think those were like a real cool merch item. Like it's different. It's different than like the cool dude like side bag thing. Like I think ours was like very clearly like something that like your dad would wear in like 1994 when he takes the family to Disneyland. Whereas like a lot of other bands were printing the like actually cool looking like hip side bags. I think we have like the real sick like I'm taking the family on vacation fanny packs. But I'd love to reprint those because we don't have them anymore. So if you have one, hold on to it. It's rare. Good morning. So yeah, man, I don't know what I'm doing today, but yeah, so I got this. Let me kind of point the camera over here a little bit. So yeah, this is gonna be rough because I only have one camera. I'm trying to figure out the best way to position this. Sorry, bear with me, guys. This is great. This is what you wanted to watch, right? Stupid idiot trying to figure out how to use a camera. All right, there we go. That's a little better, I guess. Cool looking rock. Oh, Easy Bass, yeah. Soon. I just haven't picked it up yet. Yeah, I got some rocks here, some crystals. Mostly of these are from my girlfriend. Got a little purple guy here. Got some green stuff. I don't know. Yeah, I don't think it does anything, but I like looking at it when I'm writing. It just kind of makes my brain feel good, I guess. Yeah, good for my chi, for sure. Do you use MIDI pad to help program drums, or do you just do it all old school? Usually with drums, I'll just do it straight up, like drop it in with the MIDI notes, like with my mouse. I don't really think I ever like send that. Yeah, I don't think I've ever done that. But that's just because like when I learned Cubase, it was so long until I got a MIDI controller that like I didn't know, I had already learned the other way first. So it's just easier for me that way, I guess. Oh, cool. Okay, so yeah, the Doom sequence. Let's actually like start with that, just because I think that's a really sick pedal. Um, so yeah. What he's talking about is on my Instagram yesterday. Actually, for the last couple of days, I guess um, I've been uploading videos just of me kind of sitting up here, noodling around with this stuff, and I have this pedal here. I'll try to get it centered and nice looking. It's called the Data Corruptor. The company that makes it is called Earthquaker Devices. They're based out of Akron, Ohio, here in the United States, and their kind of like whole thing is making like just real unique pedals, I guess. Like the thing I would say about all their pedals, and I have a lot of their pedals. The thing that I would say that's cool about their pedals is that you can get most of their pedals to sound like any effect that you would normally expect to hear. Like they make choruses, delays, reverbs, all that. But I think what's particularly cool about their stuff is that in addition to being able to cover all of your classic kind of typical effect sounds, they also do a really good job of making the pedals have the ability to like go absolutely insane, like to do sounds that you would probably, like most people would probably be like, I could never use that. And that's been me in many cases with certain pedals, particularly with this one. I bought this pedal from my friend Jordan, who has a really awesome studio himself. He's actually the guy who recorded the sax parts for Where Else Know My Name. He and I used to be in the Boy Scouts together. So he sold this to me for like $100, because he was like, dude, it's like such a crazy pedal. There's like literally nothing you can do with it. It's so just like noisy and strange. But anyway, yeah, so I was messing around with this yesterday, and I seem to get like quite a few people hitting me up asking me like what it is, and yeah, maybe we can mess around with that a little bit first. Akron, Ohio is like kind of where it all started for Rivers. I know that sounds silly because we're like from Pennsylvania, but we befriended a guy from out in Akron named Dave Burgess, and he booked us at this place in Akron called Annabelle's. I guess he was working there at the time, and we just kind of like became friends with him. And he was in a band called Madness on the Mountaintop back then, and we would play shows with them all the time. But yeah, like that was like the first out of state like friend that we really made. And we would always play out in Akron at Annabelle's. So like I actually like, a lot of people joke about Akron, I guess a lot of people joke about Reading too, where we're from, but I think Akron is actually like a pretty cool place. There's a sandwich spot out there called Mr. Zub's that we always used to eat at. they had like really good vegetarian stuff because a bunch of us were vegetarian at the time. All right, so like I said, I don't really know what to expect here with the audio. There's definitely, I'll warn you guys now, there's definitely going to be some noise that you're not used to hearing on the audio end of things, because the house I live in is a older house, and depending on the time of day, I get a lot of like noise disruption from, I guess, the transformer boxes, electrical boxes outside that are running at like certain times of day. Like when we tracked bass for the last 2 records, depending on the time of the day, we would have to get Biggs to turn to the other side of the room. Yeah, so sorry if there's noise. I can't really do anything about it. And it seems like it only really happens when I'm running through the pedals here. I guess it's because most of my setup is like digital, but like when I bring in like the analog stuff, it seems to be like more sensitive to the external noises. Let's see. Yeah, okay, so you guys will hear. Tell me if this is like absolutely horrible. This is the noise I'm talking about. It's kind of just crackly, hummy noise. I know it sucks. I'm sorry. I kind of can't do anything about it. Okay, cool. Awesome. Yeah, sorry guys. I'll turn it off for now just because, yeah. Wait until we start. Nice Scale the Summit poster, underrated band. Yeah, that's that poster there. That show. There's kind of a glare. Close the window a little bit. That show. That was at South by Southwest in, what year is it? 2014. That was South by Southwest 2014 down in Texas. And that was like, I don't know, that was like a really cool show for me personally because we got to play, we were still like a pretty young band, like we had only released 1 record, and like we were still generally a pretty unknown band, but we were billed like pretty high on that show. Like we played we played over like a bunch of bands that we definitely should have been playing over at the time, and we got to play right before The Ocean, which is one of my favorite bands still to this day, and they were touring on the what's the record? Let me look it up. I should know because it's not anthropocentric or heliocentric. It's the one after those. Pelagial, yeah. They were touring on the Pelagial record. I'm probably saying that wrong. And it was just cool. It was like a really cool night. We played our set and like it was a packed show, feeling real good, and then got to get off stage and like watch The Ocean play this like fucking crazy set to this like pretty small venue. They had like a full like light and video rig set up. They had like all these super sick visuals that were like completely synced up with like their set, like literally a movie, like something that you would expect to see like 9 Inch Nails bring out, and they were playing at the Dirty Dog in Austin, Texas. So and yeah, and the Metal Injection dudes are like real old good friends of ours. So yeah, I thought it would be, I don't really like frame a lot of stuff, but I thought it would be cool to frame that one just because it's like sort of was the beginning of our journey as a band, and it was like just a pretty good night, I guess. Damn, that's sick. There's like mad ocean love in this chat right now. That's pretty cool. Yeah, they're like definitely. I saw them with Dillinger back in like 2011 when they were touring on Anthropocentric, and I was just floored. Like I'd never seen like that much stage energy. I mean, outside of like Dillinger, obviously, I've never seen the kind of energy that those guys had on stage. As I did the first time I saw them, they were playing at this place, this venue near where I live at. I live maybe about half an hour, 40 minutes from the town Westchester, which is where Bam Margera is from, and he owned or owns still a venue in Westchester called the Note, where they would have shows all the time, and that's where I saw them. It was them and Dillinger, and I think Animals as Leaders was supposed to. Oh no, I think Devin Townsend might have been on it. Yeah, it was like a crazy show, but like all amazing bands. But I remember the Ocean in particular, just kind of flooring me because like to me, listening to them, I thought they were going to be these like really stiff like metal dudes, just like kind of focused on their playing, but like they were like just throwing guitars over their shoulder, and just like their singer like jumped in the audience and like did a backflip off the stage. Like I was just like, I thought it was cool to see a band that was taking like music that could be probably considered just real like cerebral, like solitary thinking man's music, and then when I saw them live, it was just like a nuclear explosion. So yeah, cool band. All right, well yeah, let's I don't know, let's mess around a little bit with these synths. So I'll let you guys see what I'm working with here, and I'm gonna move the camera around a bunch to try to like accommodate all the views here if I can. I'm trying to think. Maybe it would be better if I put this up top here. So yeah, here I'll just give you a little tour of the room if I can. So that's that's the closet over there where I shove all of the wires for stuff I don't need, and pedals and other things that I don't feel like cleaning up. There's my guitars that I'm got on a rack right now. I got that's a Martin D28 in the case back there, belonging to my dad. He's kind of let me hold on to it for general recording and general use. PRS right there, that was also given to me, sadly by somebody, a family friend who died and had left that to me in his will. So that's definitely a guitar I won't be getting rid of. Here, I'll just screw it. I'll just like, we're like I said, this is going to be real impromptu. I don't really know where this is going, but I don't have anything else going on, so feel free to ask questions too, because like I said, I don't really know what I'm gonna do besides play with synths and pedals eventually. This is my newest Kiesel Delos. It's a 6-string, so this is my first 6-string that I've actually ever owned from Kiesel, and it might be my favorite. And I kind of like, I can't use it in the band, live in the band. I've been using it all over the pre-production stuff that I'm working on, but we're a 7-string band, so unfortunately I can't use this live. But man, like, I'm like, whatever they did to the necks on these, I guess like Jeff recently got like a true like roaster or whatever that like he when I was there the last time, he like opened it up and like let me smell like what it smells like. He opened it up. It smelled like French toast. Like it was all like maple necks with just like um, all of the like liquid content of the wood just like evaporating out to really dry it out. And man, it was like it smelled like breakfast. But yeah, this is the newest one. It has I think this is just a Kiesel lithium humbucker in it. This is a these two are called the Mark pickups, MARK. They're single coils, but they're like designed by Mark Kiesel, Jeff's dad, um, and they're really great. Like I think they sound super sick in the split position, and they're really good for like lead stuff on the all the way neck position. But yeah, this is a great guitar. This is also my first Kiesel trem that I've had. This is actually a hip shot, but this is the first Kiesel I've had with a trem system on it, and I love it. It stays in tune great. It feels good. But yeah, this is honestly like, I hate to say it because like I can't use it live, unless like there happens to be like a 6-string song on the next record. I can't, use this live really. But it's a fantastic guitar. Um, the tuning, this is a this is in standard. So yeah, I like to keep a couple of guitars on hand that are just standard tuned, you know, for lessons and just to have, because truthfully, like I love the way a guitar in standard tuning feels. Just, I mean, that's what they were designed to be tuned to. So I think that they sound really good in E standard. And actually, recently, I just actually posted about it on my Instagram. Me, Trevor from Black Dahlia, Ash from Revocation, Connor from Conjurer, and Greg from Allegion. We all just we all covered a song together. I'm not going to say what it is yet because it hasn't come out, but we all covered a song together for this Metal Injection Slay at Home festival that they're doing. It's like a live internet event where they're going to be having like metal covers and original songs all day from like dudes from different bands, guys and girls from different bands. And yeah, so that's going to be on, I think, the 20, let me check, the 29th and the 30th. If any of you guys are interested in checking that out, you can hit up my Instagram. All the information's there. But anyway, we covered a song in standard tuning, and I got to use this finally for something that the world will see. So yeah, it's I love this guitar. I've been playing it nonstop since I got it, pretty much. It's not something. It's not something for Rush. I've tossed around the idea of getting a Delos, but I'm mainly into their headless stuff. Yeah, I have I have one of their Vaders. I have a Vader 7-string from them, and it's a great guitar. I don't actually have it here. Our bass player Biggs has it. He uses it. He's using it right now to write some stuff. But yeah, no, they're great guitars. I'm like almost 6'2", and when I play like headless guitars, I just like, it looks funny on me, like it looks like a little ukulele. So I'm usually not I'm not a headless guy live, but at home they're amazing for me. But yeah, the Vaders are great. This is, like I said, this is a PRS CE24. I think this guitar is so sick. It's mahogany back. I'm guessing this is yeah. It looks. I can never tell if this was quilted or flamed. It looks flamed to me. But yeah, this is like their bolt-on series. It's an older one. I think this is maybe like a 2000 or 2001. It's like definitely like a late 90s or early 2000s model. But yeah, it's I've used this a lot on things. Even though I'm obviously a Kiesel artist, this guitar, it means something special to me because the gentleman who left it for me in his will, he was like an old family friend of my dad. They were friends when they were kids, and he would always just like come around like when I was a little kid. And this dude was kind of like he was a bit of a hoarder, but like he was like a real neat hoarder, if that makes sense. Like he would just buy stuff and leave it in the boxes and know exactly where everything was. Um, he was just a cool dude that like I knew for like most of my like childhood and stuff, and he wanted to get into guitar and like learn how to play guitar. So he bought this guitar, hoping to learn how to play guitar, and sadly he died before he ever got to use it, and he left it to me. So yeah, pretty nuts. But it's a special guitar for lots of reasons. But I mean, I think that's the biggest reason. So yeah, I try to use it on every record a little bit. Um, and the pickups in here, these are Seymour Duncan Alpha and Omegas. These are the custom shop ones. A little while, well, years ago, I actually I was an artist with Seymour Duncan, and the fella who was my artist rep at the time, I hit him up asking about these pickups because they had just announced like the Duncan custom shop Mark Holcomb pickups, which are the Alpha and Omegas. And he said he was like winding a couple of sets, or they were winding a couple of sets, and he just sent them to me. I guess we had just moved into this house, and I think I told him that, and he was like, consider it a housewarming gift. And he just sent me this set of pickups, so I threw them in here, and they're super sick pickups. Like really nice on cleans and leads, just like great all around, pickups for the kind of music that we play. I'll try to get through these a little quicker and get to the pedals and stuff. This is obviously, well, not obviously, but this is one of my 7-strings. This was the first 7-string that they sent to me. I actually picked it up in San Diego at the shop back in 2014. Yeah, first one. Spalted maple, koa back, neck through, 5-piece neck, 27-inch scale. I have the DiMarzio Imperium pickups in here, which are the Dave Davidson pickups. Yeah, this is a great guitar. It's a very light guitar, so it usually ends up being my main live guitar, just because my other ones are way heavier. This guitar is my K7 from Kiesel. This is like, I guess this is their like highest end guitar that they make, or they were making for a while. I don't know if they're still making these, but yeah, it's a 7-string Ziricodi, I think it's called Ziricodi top wood. And when at the time it was built, Jeff told me that this was the first Ziricodi guitar that they had ever done. So that's kind of neat. They're around, but they're expensive. Yeah, it makes sense. I think like new this guitar probably would be close to like, I wouldn't even want to say how much, but over $3K for sure. 7-piece neck. Even has the ebony electronic cover on it, so it's pretty nuts the attention to detail they've got here. Attention to detail, yeah, okay, 3500, that makes sense. Oh, cool, you have a PRS CE, or SE Mark Holcomb SIG, yeah. Yeah, man, PRS is sick, and they're like right kind of where I work. Well, when I do work in the normal world, I usually work down near Baltimore, and they're like pretty close to there, so that's kind of cool. Your boss gifted you an 8-string Kiesel. I was learning how to play guitar with it and just can't play 6. Yeah, no, I know what you mean. That's kind of how I am with the headless guitars. When I go from playing any of these to playing headless, I feel like it's a toy. A good toy, but like tiny. Um, but yeah. Oh, and the pickups. Sorry. So and the neck on this is royal ebony. So like you can kind of, I think you can kind of see. Um, it's like it looks like someone poured like milk into coffee. Like it's swirling around or something. I think it's neat. But the pickups. This is just a stock lithium neck pickup, and this is the Seymour Duncan Jupiter pickup, the Wes Hauck signature. Um, it's kind of like the sickest bridge pickup for like low tuned metal. I think I've used this. This is the guitar that I recorded "Where Owls Know My Name" with. Like 99% of the guitars on that record were this guitar. So very sick guitar. You guys know this one. This is the one that I usually use on here. This is my Crescent. Um, yeah, I mean it's a pretty basic guitar, but it's like one of my favorites. Carved top. Like I said, I've always been a fan of PRS, and when I saw that, I was able to get a carved top 7-string with 27-inch scale from Kiesel. I kind of jumped on it right away, and I basically wanted to make it look like one of those old um, the old universe, the green and black universes. So that's essentially what this guitar is. um, my favorite stone beer. Um, it's hard to say. The because I know that like the Arrogant Bastard is like a separate company now. Um, so like that's technically, I don't know if that is even technically a stone beer now. I guess Arrogant Bastard is like another company from them. I don't know. Like the Delicious IPA is pretty good. I have to look. I'm like real bad at remembering. Um, let me see. Stone beers. It's been a while since I've gotten them. Gotten any Stone. I've been drinking Founders lately, and I got Sierra Nevada had a an unfiltered IPA, the hazy little thing. I've been digging those lately. Okay, here we go. Are you of legal drinking age? Yes. Um, let me see here. Stone Ripper's pretty sick. The Ruination is pretty sick. Yeah, I like real ignorant beers. That are like I like the real hoppy ones. I like the real, the bourbon barrel aged ones. Just the ones that are just like the farthest thing from like what I had grown up thinking a beer was, basically, if that makes sense. Um, yo, Jason, you should definitely, if you can get a Jupiter, you should get one. I think they're great. They're yeah, it's like the only 7-string blade style pickup that you can get from anywhere, I think. But they're nothing like the Dimebucker. Like I know as soon as Wes announced that he was doing that, like everybody was like, "Oh, it's like a Dimebucker," because everybody, you know, uh, automatically assumes that because Wes is uh, such a huge dime guy that it was just like a Dimebucker 7-string basically, but it's definitely not. It's like definitely a totally different beast, and a very sick beast at that. Crescent, so sexy. Thank you. The Annie James Sigs, yeah. They're sick. I think I saw um, like shortly after I ordered this actually is when I think he came over to the Kiesel Brigade, and I saw he was doing the Crescents. I thought that was sick. Um, have you had any beers from Pipeworks? I haven't. No, sorry. Where are they out of? Yeah, the ruination until they change the recipe. There's a lot of breweries that do that. Like um, Ballast Point, for example. Like, didn't like Budweiser, didn't like some bigger company buy them, and and then they like they changed the recipe because like I remember I had like the grapefruit sculpin IPA or pale ale, whichever it is, and I was drinking it when we were at the brewery, and someone I was like, man, this is such a great beer. It's like $15 for a 4 pack of it in Pennsylvania. And then someone told me that that like Bud bought them or like Anheuser Busch, like some big company bought them, and they're gonna change the recipe. Guinness, yeah, Guinness is solid. I'm a little like weird about the fish thing because I know that like fish bladder or something like that is like used to distill. I'm like weird about fish. I just always have been. I mean, I'm a vegetarian now, and I have been for 10 years. But fish is always weird to me. I'm not like not a big anything that comes out of the ocean has always kind of tasted weird to me or crept me out. I don't know why that is. Chicago, yeah. The only thing from around Chicago that I've had is the Three Floyd stuff, and Zombie Dust was probably my favorite from them. Oh, okay, I see. Yeah, fish bladder. Yeah, I don't know. It just kind of creeps me out. I think that's only in like certain ones though. Like I think the Guinness with like the yellow label is doesn't have it in it or something. I don't know what the breakdown is, but like I mean I've definitely drank plenty of Guinness in my life. But if I'm going for like a stout, I'll probably reach for like an old Rasputin or something like that. Like I said, I like real ignorant beers, I guess, ones that probably have like 500 calories per bottle. um, Amsterdam Brewing? No, I've never had. I've never actually heard of Amsterdam Brewing. You know, I used to be so like up on what was like going on in the beer world, and I just like I don't know. It just like got to be like too much. So like now I kind of have like the stuff that I like, and every now and then I'll come across a new place that I really enjoy. There's a place near here called Hidden River Brewery that makes super sick beers, lots of like really good unfiltered stuff. Um, and the brewery is in what some to believe around these parts to be like a super duper haunted house. It's uh, I don't I don't like really know like how I feel about all of that, but like there's this like old building near where I grew up called Cavada's, and it was always like a fine dining establishment, but it's right by the river, and the river floods like badly, like a couple of times, every 20 years or whatever, and a couple of times within the last 10 years the river's flooded out the whole place. But that building has like super weird, crazy history in it. Like there's it used to be like a location where there was like tunnels like for the underground railroad underneath there. It was like a brothel slash gentleman's club at one time. It was a private residence where there's a family that lived there who had like a mentally challenged daughter that they like locked in a room in like the east wing of the building, and she like died in the room. And like there's all these stories, like there's ghost stories of Berks County is like a big book from around here. Berks County is where I live, and there's these stories that some of the employees, like the waitresses and waiters that worked at that place, the Britton Lodge, Cavada's Britton Lodge, they say that there was sightings of like weird things happening, and there was a family that lived there after the family with the daughter who died in the building, whose daughter said that she would see this girl with big eyes, like, which is like I don't know, like I can't think too deeply about that stuff, or else I just like but anyway, there's a brewery there now called Hidden River Brewing, and it's cool because it's like, you know, growing up, all of us were deeply terrified of this house slash restaurant because there's all these books written about it, you know, just for like all of the like crazy like social and like weird violent things that have happened there through the years. But now it's a brewery converted, but it's like it's weird being in there, but the beers are really good. Yardley, Newtown. I don't know about Newtown. I know a Newburgh, which is like kind of near Gettysburg, which is about an hour and a half from where I live. Um, but anyway, I guess I should probably start making some noise here. Oh, and the last guitar I have behind me here is my old trusty old American Standard Fender Strat. Man, it's the camera does not want to pick that up, but yeah, it's like cream white or whatever you would call that, and all stock, Fat 50s pickups in it. You know, David Gilmour's my favorite guitar player, so just kind of had to do it. Um, Using that one a lot as well on the new pre-production stuff I'm working on. But yeah, let's hang on a second, actually, guys. I'm gonna open this door because it's getting kind of hot in here. Close this. Keep that door closed, just kind of out of respect for my girlfriend. All right. So, I'm gonna think where a good spot to put the camera would be for this. We might have to. I'm gonna get another camera. The Logitech makes one called the Brio. I think it's like $200. I just haven't been able to do that yet. But I do want to get a second camera just for. Oh, hang on. I can do this. Sorry, guys. This is really annoying, I'm sure. All right. Bear with me. Okay. You can kind of see everything there. There. You're staring at my crotch here. Sorry. I mean, you're not, but the camera is pointed over here. Yeah, I just want to make sure that I can get this all. I'll back that up a little bit, and I can bring the camera down. What would you guys like me to do here? Would you rather me have kind of like a wide shot here, where you could see like the synth and the pedals, or would you rather me? Because I'm definitely gonna be like doing work on both. Is this okay or okay? All right, well, let's roll with this then. Okay, sweet. Let me adjust the camera settings a little bit because it's slightly darker over here. I'm sorry that this has just been me talking about nonsense and tweaking my camera so far, but like I said, I'm just hanging out. I went for a walk this morning, which is not something that I would normally do, but we're kind of getting pretty deep into the quarantine here, and I just thought it would be good to do that for general sanity. But yeah, now I'm just doing whatever, I guess. See if this will, no, it's too bright. Okay. That ought to do. Yeah. Trust me. Concert withdrawal. I'm right there with you. I've been, yeah. I've gone through my phone and just looked at videos of the last couple years of touring and this week, and kind of put you in a weird headspace. So I've been just trying to like focus on doing this kind of stuff and hanging out. Okay. So I'll tell you guys right now what I'm doing is I'm running this mini log here, which here I'll slide it over a little bit. Yeah, so I'm running this mini log into my Kemper, where I'm just like using like a clean amp signal. Okay. Yeah, I'll show you guys the pedals here in a sec. Yeah, so the mini log is running into my Kemper, just under like a basic clean amp, just because for the sake of, simplicity, I guess. I just figured it'd be easier to do that way. And that's kind of the cool thing about this thing, like I said, is that like, I guess I was always really mystified by like hardware synths because I've used soft synths for like a long time in Rivers music and in just like other music. But I didn't realize that like you literally could just plug it into a Kemper if you wanted to, and technically use all the effects in the Kemper if you wanted to do that. I'm using these hardware pedals here. I love how I'm saying hardware pedals, like I have to clarify, but yeah, I'm using these pedals here. Yeah, okay, so right now, what I got going on here, and we can, if you guys decide you want me to like move the camera to like a different angle here, I can do that. Right now the camera's sitting up on my studio monitor there. That's like the highest vantage point in the room, I guess. But so here I got this is an MXR buffer, which is like, I don't know, it's kind of just like me being OCD. I use long leads of cable, and when you use long cables, you lose the top end on your guitar, which is something that I never realized until I forget what I was definitely watching like a rig rundown of someone's, and they were talking about buffers, and like I never knew what a buffer was. I just thought like a buffer was just like a box that was used to like eliminate buzzing, which it's not at all. It restores like the signal to your guitar, the high end to your guitar signal. So, basically like if you're using like a cable that's any more than 25 feet, you start noticing significant treble loss in your guitar signal. So what this thing does is it basically just restores that. So that's first in my signal. Got that going into a Korg tuner, which we don't need for today. Then this is a Warden compressor from Earthquaker Devices. It is probably one of the most confusing pedals that I've ever owned, but that's just because it's not really like any other compressor that I've ever owned. It just has, because most compressors, you just have like your like attack, your ratio, and your like gain reduction. I guess that would be like your release is what I meant. Your like attack release and then your ratio. But this has like, sustain on it. It has a tone knob on it. It was kind of a confusing pedal to learn how to use at first, but I think it's like one of the most identifiable sounding compressors that I own. One of my cats just walked by. Because the door's open. But yeah, compressor, the Warden, really sick compressor. Sounds really great on synths too. Yeah, there's Lily just walking around. Yeah, an optical compressor. Yeah, it's just different. It sounds great, but it's like definitely a very different sounding and different use kind of compressor. This is the data corruptor, which is that crazy nasty distortion I was telling you about earlier. It basically takes anything you put into it and turns it into like a square wave. So like guitar, synth, whatever. And it's like kind of like a shitty sounding pedal, but in like a really neat way. And I've found that it really sounds good with synthesizers. It's there's something about like fuzzes and like bad sounding distortions that like on a guitar would sound horrible. On a synth, it just like it's like magic, and that's definitely this. We'll go over this one in depth because there's so many different parameters. The pedal next to it is a Neo Instruments Ventilator 2 pedal, which is a rotary pedal. So like Leslie, your Leslie effect, your spinning, rotating speaker effect, that's this. And this pedal, I spent a little bit more on it than I care to admit. I think I probably paid, it was used, and I think I still paid like a little over $400 for it. But that's like my favorite sound, is the rotary. And this pedal was originally designed to be used with a Hammond organ. So if a rotary device is designed to be used with an organ, it's going to be sick on guitar. So that's what that is. You want to hear the synths through a Metal Zone? Yeah, you know what? This week I've been thinking about buying getting like an HM2, just to like see what that would be like. Because so far every pedal that I've plugged into this thing where I'm like, this is not going to sound good, it sounded awesome. Like this big muff here, sounds fantastic with it. We'll just do a bunch of sounds to kind of give you guys an idea. This pedal here, this is the smaller big muff. This is the big muff Ram's Head reissue that they just did. So like this is a reissue of the pedal that David Gilmour used a bunch. The guitar solo in Comfortably Numb was recorded with this pedal. Really great sounding fuzz pedal that's a little bit more usable, because like I know people generally associate the big muff with just like this woolly kind of like indistinguishable sort of sound, but this thing is great for leads. However, I've kind of decided that for synths, I like the original big muff better because it just has like a way fuller low end. TC Electronic iMaster. Huh. Never heard of that. Check that out. Behringer. Huh. Yeah, I'll check it out. I know there's like different, there's like the Japanese HM2. There's like different versions of the HM2. Actually, it's funny because the Outer Heaven dudes are like always letting me borrow their shit. Probably because, we're like, those dudes are like my oldest friends, because I mean, me and John from Outer Heaven started, Rivers together. And I've known Paul, their drummer, who's letting me borrow the synthesizer since I was probably 11 or 12 years old. He used to play in a punk band called Deville Trash, which is, I grew up in a town called Douglasville, and they were a punk band that that played a lot around that time. So I've known him since back then. But anyway, John from Outer Heaven has a bunch of HM2s. I could probably just try some of those out. He's let me borrow them before for stuff, but maybe I'll bother him and get them again. Anyway, so the next, after the rotary pedal here, I got a Depths pedal from Earthquaker. This pedal is it's kind of like a Univibe basically. But again, like I said earlier, the Earthquaker stuff is all very unique, where you can get it sounding like something you typically expect, like a Univibe. It does Univibe sound great. But when you turn it up, the amount of the effect that's the amount that it's affecting your signal, it just becomes like crazy. So you guys will be able to hear what I'm talking about here. After that, I got a Space Spiral pedal, which is a really great delay pedal that they make, and it's also cool because it has those extra parameters again, where you can kind of make this thing sound like a chorus pedal too, even though it's a delay pedal. After that is this is the Transmitter from Earthquaker Devices. It's probably the coolest reverb that I've ever heard, and you guys will see why in a little bit here. Totally unique. I've never heard anything like it, and I use it all the time. After that is the Afterneath, which is kind of Earthquaker's go-to. By the way, this is not a commercial for Earthquaker. I just like their stuff. This is the Afterneath. This is kind of like their reverb. They're like, it has to be one of their best selling pedals at this point. It's just a great sounding reverb that can be, again, really conventional, like nice hall reverb, or it can sound like, somebody stuck a SM57 on the opposite end of a cave system and you played your guitar at the opening part of the cave system. So yeah, it's pretty sweet. And then the Ditto at the very end, but probably won't use that. I have been using that a little bit for this synth setup here, just to like loop ideas and whatnot, but I probably won't use it today. And then just some other pedals that I have here that I've been trying out. Another Earthquaker pedal. This is the Tentacle. This is kind of like that nasty octave up sound that Hendrix would get. This doesn't work as nicely with synths as it does with guitar. On guitar, this sounds great with the neck pickup, like above the 12th fret. It does the octave thing. But with synths, it kind of just seems to just add a little grit to it, which I can get with, any other of these pedals, essentially. And then finally, I have this Protone Jeff Loomis overdrive, which again, I wouldn't have thought that it would sound good on a synth, but it actually sounds really great on synths. And I think the thing that I'm realizing here as I go through this sort of journey on learning about synthesizers and how they interact with other hardware, the thing that I'm noticing is that I'm able to like really hear what each function on a pedal is like truly supposed to do with synths, because when you run like a sine wave through a series of pedals, that's like a pure audio signal. So you're like getting like straight pure audio directly into the pedals. So it really allows you when you're tweaking these pedals, like I'm learning a lot about these pedals too that I've had for years, just through like running synths through them, because you can really hear what each parameter does and how it affects the sound. Whereas like with guitar, because it's not necessarily like a full range instrument with like, super crazy sub frequencies and super duper high frequencies. You can't really, I don't know, like I feel like I'm like learning more about all my stuff because of this synth. I know that sounds silly, but it's true. Yeah, the Dispatch Master is their like delay reverb. I wanted to get that, but the Afterneath and the Space Spiral kind of play nicely together. So that's kind of been my delay reverb setup. And yeah, also I should note, I don't have it here now. I have another pedal from them, their chorus pedal. I think it's called a C Machine, but Biggs has been using that for his bass stuff. But I should note that all of the like effects, like weird washy kind of effects on the last record, were all done with hardware, like with pedals, which is kind of neat. I used the Space Spiral and the Afterneath a whole bunch on Owls for like the spacey washy sound. I used the compressor, the Warden, a lot for like some of the cleaner stuff. So yeah, I have a lot of Earthquaker stuff, but I think it's all really, really good stuff. So let's get this. Like I said, there's gonna be some noise. Sorry, guys. Let me find a different sound here. Oh yeah, yeah. That C Machine pedal is very cool. Oh, here we go. I'm just looking for like your standard kind of sound here. How's that on level? How's that coming through? Okay. Oh, that's clipping for sure. Yeah, it's clipping. All right. Is that coming through okay? Is it still a little hot? Here, I'm gonna turn it down a little bit. Maybe that's better. Oh, okay. I'll turn it back. I think it was at 27, or no. I'll wait. Is this good here? I hear the clipping. All right, cool. So yeah, like I said, sorry about the noise. Old house, analog pedals, noise. Okay, yeah, I just turned the data corrupter on for a second, and you can just hear already how noisy this pedal is. Just when I turn it on, it does that, like an old bit crusher or something. I have for the power supply on here, there's a Voodoo Labs, like one of those bricks, the ISO bricks, that's powering all these pedals here. I can't get the sound to stop. Like I've checked all my cables. Even when I just take one pedal out and plug it in on its own independent power source, just one pedal, it still makes the sound. So I don't know. It's kind of frustrating. It's honestly like, yeah, it drives me nuts. Like I don't know how to fix it. Like nothing I do seems to fix it. And whenever I have a problem, I'm not the kind of person that just like gives up on it. I usually try to figure it out, and I just cannot figure out why they make that sound all the time. And it's only when I'm using pedals, and it's only at certain times of day. Like I'll turn this on sometimes and it'll be dead silent, and then other times, yeah, I'll just line the whole room with aluminum foil. All right, cool. So yeah, this mini log is pretty neat. It's so yeah, I guess maybe to like do demonstration here. The thing that I really like immediately figured out on this thing that I thought was super fun is the sequencer, which means like it's a 16 step. I think it's a 16 step. That's what they call it. Step. There's 16. You can put 16 notes or 16 chords, and it basically automatically quantizes them, and then it allows you to, tweak the pitch and the speed and all that stuff. So I guess we could maybe do some of that, since the other thing that I've been doing that maybe we'll do this afterwards or maybe another time, is I've figured out how to send MIDI from Cubase to the mini log and through the pedals, then back into my computer, which is really cool because I can just drop in MIDI notes on the computer, send it to the mini log, and then tweak everything in real time. So let's forget how that Doom progression I was doing yesterday was. I don't know. Well, whatever. Let's just come up with something new. Let's actually. I'm gonna grab a guitar. This is what I've been doing. I've been like taking my guitar and finding chords on the guitar and then putting them into the sequencer. So okay, cool. So like. Actually, you know what would be cooler is if I did like some like a neat, like an augmented kind of thing. Yeah. Yeah, okay, I think I know what I'm going to do. Maybe go to a lower octave. Here. Yeah, that's very musy, so I'm going to do that. Alright, cool. So yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to record it, and then it'll quantize it and drop it into the sequencer, and we can kind of just mess around with it. So... it'd be cooler if I did like a... Alright, well whatever. Let's just roll with that. Yeah, exactly. That is the augmented sound. That's definitely reminds me of the Zenith passage every time. And that's also, I think that's beginning of Take a Bow starts with that sound. Yeah, pretty neat. And then you can adjust like this is like the poly voiced setting. I'm guessing polysynth setting. But then you can do like mono, which I guess here it doesn't really matter. But if this was in mono, it's just like one note at a time. Like if you press down 3 notes, it only plays one of them. It's yeah, but right now I'll put it on mono, but. All right, so yeah, so just by itself, it's I don't really know if I like that sound though. Oh, there we go. Second oscillator there. All right, so yeah, if I throw the we pretend that the noise is a waterfall. Yeah, so yeah, let's just start like messing around with these pedals, I guess. I'm wondering if maybe having the camera down here would be easier for you guys to see. Let me try that. Not really. Yeah, I'll just put it back to where it was. Is that okay, that angle? Still okay? Let me know. Yeah. See a little bit more, I think, than the other angle. But yeah, okay, so yeah, I'll just start messing around, see how it goes. Throw the compressor on. That sounds pretty neat. That's just the delay and the compressor. Just playing with the cutoff knob here. Something that I've also noticed with the compressor is that it definitely on certain like super bass heavy stuff it causes the compressor to duck in sort of an unconventional way. So I'm still kind of like learning about that, I guess. But anyway, I'll keep going. Set it at 100 beats per minute here. pretty creepy. Get it to self-oscillate. That'll probably sound horrible through a stream, but sorry, I had to do it. I might ditch the compressor for now, or tweak it. Like that. Sounds neat. New Radiohead sounding good. Yeah, it's actually it's kind of funny the timing for timing for me getting this synth is kind of hilarious because it was just maybe a week and a half ago that my friend Jason from Warforged told me to check out the Anima video or movie on Netflix. It's like a short movie on Netflix that Tom York and what's his name, who did There Will Be Blood. Come on, man. Paul Thomas Anderson, yeah. It's like a short movie that Paul Thomas Anderson and Tom York put together using music mostly from, or all the music from Tom York's latest solo record, Anima. And that record has like some of my favorite like synth sounds on it that I've ever heard. So it's kind of cool that he let me borrow this synth, you know, like right after I got really excited about synthesizers. Yeah, the synth world is like such an interesting thing to me, and it's also seems like a very like dangerous thing because it can get so expensive. But yeah, you should definitely check out, you know, go into it with an open mind because it's you know, Tom York and Radiohead are like pretty divisive you know, names just in music in general. Like a lot of people either love it or hate it, and like honestly, like I've never been the biggest Radiohead fan. I've been aware of them and I've always like wanted to like them because I think I know what they're doing is like interesting and different, but I just like haven't, I guess I just like haven't been in the right headspace for it. But man, when I watched that Anima movie, it's like 18 minutes long or something like that on Netflix. I was just like super just captivated, I guess. Like it was, you know, Paul Thomas Anderson, who's like one of the sickest, you know, the sickest out there, you know, along with Tom York, who's like wild to begin with. So yeah, you should check it out though. You probably like it. So here, I'll show you guys what this transmitter pedal does. And what I like to do is I like to slowly bring in the mix knob on it. Sorry, let's turn that off. I like to bring in the mix knob on it to like slowly add this effect in, but it's like, I guess the only way I can describe it is if you've seen The Witch, the movie like VV Witch, the soundtrack for that, there's like these weird like choral voices that come in this like increasingly panicked and loud sort of sense, with like, you know, the notes, you know, the overall pitch going up. Just that's like what this pedal does. That's like the only way I can really describe it. So I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. Signal's too hot. Hold on, guys. So let me turn this volume up a little bit because I had to back down. That's the other thing you have to kind of be careful with on using synthesizers with guitar pedals. I think all of the Earthquaker stuff is designed to work at line level. So it's fine, but you have to like listen for distortion, and if you hear like crackling, they tell you to like back the overall input off of your synth that you're sending, and that's what I just heard there. So I'm gonna turn this up a little bit on the. I feel like that's like way too happy of a progression for this pedal, so I'm going to come up with something a little darker. Oh, okay, we can do this. That's the chord from Where Owls Know My Name. Well, you know, Silent Life. Is that enough? Try it. Maybe not that. How's the level there? Is the level still okay? I know it's kind of quiet right now. Here, let me turn this on. That's the transmitter. Crackling. Yeah, so that's the transmitter. That like, man, like I don't know too many pedals that do that. Like I think that's one of the coolest. Just like here, I'll do it again. I'll just bring the mix in, and then the cool thing about this reverb is that it has an adjustable frequency for where the I guess like the frequency of the reflection is adjustable, so you can sweep it and it gives it this like kind of like weird sort of thing going on in the background. And the other cool thing about this pedal is that you can hook it up to a pedal, like an expression pedal, which like maybe I'll do because I have mine right over there. But you can plug this. Yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna do that because why not? Who cares? I'll be right back. It's right over there. Just gonna use this Mission Engineering pedal that I use for the band live, but I'm gonna plug it into the pedal. And demonstrate. You like the crackling? Yeah, the crackling drives me nuts, but I've kind of like slowly learned to, that's the other thing that I think I've noticed about my, my whole like journey, I guess, as a consumer of music and as a writer of music is that I feel like for a long time for me, music just had to be like pretty pristine, you know, like all the bands I listened to had to be like pretty produced, you know. I wanted everything to sound like real nice and polished and expensive, but you know, the older I get, the more I can appreciate like noise, and the more I like make noise an element in like the music that I do, just feedback and distortion and just, you know, bit crushing and stuff. I think that that's all real good stuff. Let's see if I can get this working. Can't remember which one. This is a loom that the fine folks at Bestronics made for. It's all torn up now, but at one point it had the Rivers and Nile logo on it. But this is just for my expression pedal. One of these controls volume and one of them controls expression. So I don't remember which one I have to plug in, but we'll find out. Let's see. There it is. So you can kind of hear. I mean, I was just turning it with my finger before, but I mean, now I can, you know, so like hands-free, I can. Yeah. Pretty neat pedal though. That I haven't seen it a whole lot, honestly. Like I'll see it on people's, pedal dorks, which I guess I'm one of them at this point. I'll see them on like, those like boutique pedal boards that, are like completely aesthetically pleasing. Like I've seen them in like, like real pedal nuts boards, but it's not a very common pedal, just like that you see everywhere. Like you see carbon copy delays and from MXR everywhere. You see tube screamers everywhere. You see holy grails everywhere. Like this pedal is like, I think it's one of the cooler pedals that's come out in the last couple of years. Yeah, I guess it is. I guess it is. It is hard to use. Nah, I've never heard of the DoD Rubberneck. I've never really used any of the DoD stuff. Come to think of it, I'm just gonna pop the expression out on this for now, just because the whole thing with the expression that's nice is when you're a guitar player you got to play with your hands, but when you're playing keyboards, especially sequencers, you can just use your hands. But anyway, let's try some different sounds instead of just like the standard. Let's see here, what we got. Maybe we can do like the Doom. We can do some nasty distortion stuff now. I'll definitely check that out. Yeah, I'm like in a big phase right now, I guess, with all this stuff. So I'll definitely look into that because I'm fascinated with how stuff interacts with how guitar stuff interacts with synth stuff. You know what? Maybe this one might be good because and we'll just do sine wave because I don't know if any of you guys follow the whole Mick Gordon thing, and like how he made those sounds for here, turn that off because it's annoying for now. I don't know if any of you guys follow that the whole Mick Gordon thing, but the way that he like makes all the sounds on that Doom soundtrack. Mick Gordon's the guy who composed the Doom soundtracks for the last 2 Doom games. He did like Wolfenstein and stuff as well. What he does is he'll take a sine wave, which is like this basically, like a pure audio signal, and then he runs it through a series of distortion boxes and outboard gear, compressors and EQs and preamps and whatnot, and he would just basically like screw the sound up and then make his own sounds, because like a lot of guys who would do that kind of thing, design like a very violent sounding soundtrack for a video game. I think that they would probably just reach for like whatever typical plugin suite that like Damage or Omnisphere or whatever. But like I thought it was pretty sweet that he took it upon himself to like kind of come up with something new that hadn't really been done before. And this is like what I'm doing is so primitive compared to what he does. He like actually sets his stuff up so that it's like there's different levels of gating, so that like depending on how loud the signal is, it like opens up the gate and then shoots it to another piece of hardware. Apparently he got the idea for that based off of the mic technique that was used on David Bowie's Heroes record, which was sort of similar, but it was with reverb, where when David Bowie, depending on how loud he would sing, it would open up different gates that were hooked to different microphones in the room, further and further away from David Bowie. So like I think Mick said that he got the idea to do what he did for Doom that technique, at least, from the technique that they used on Bowie's vocals on Heroes, which is cool because, you know, the Doom soundtrack sounds nothing like David Bowie. Well, I mean, I guess like Brian Eno era Bowie, maybe it does a little bit. Some of the later tracks on Low and Heroes are like pretty nuts and just eerie and synthy. But anyway. Yeah, I saw that. A report somewhere saying that he was not necessarily... I'm trying to come up with like some like real typical sounding like old school video game sort of thing. That sounds pretty good, right? So with okay, so there's my it's kind of quiet now. Huh. So this is just the synth. This is no pedals yet. I'm just trying to get like a... Oh yeah, and there's like a noise knob on this thing, which is pretty neat. Alright, so let's start throwing this distortion on here. How's that for volume? Is that too loud? See what I mean, though? It's crazy. And it definitely sounds way different with headphones on than it did just in the room. I'm actually kind of having a hard time dialing it in. Let me maybe it needs to be a little higher. All right, so maybe I'll. Oh man, my camera, it's not long enough to. Damn, this is like one situation where it'd be great to have like a way longer camera cable. Um, yeah, so like basically on the data corrupter you have three different sections. You have the square wave section, which is just like your fuzz distortion section. You have a subharmonic section, which is going to like bring in the low end on on the sound. And the cool thing about that is that you can tweak the subharmonics so that like there's 8 different settings, so you can start. The first setting here is it plays the same note but an octave down. Then the next setting is that it plays an octave down but the fifth of the note that you're playing. So it gives it like just a weird clashing of harmony depending on how you're using it. And then from there it just gets lower and lower, like it does 2 octaves down with the same note in unison. Then it does 2 octaves down on a major third, and then 2 octaves down on a fifth, 2 octaves down on a minor 7, 3 octaves down on the same note, and 3 octaves down on a major second. So it's actually got like some pretty cool harmonic content that a lot of pedals don't have. But I'll just kind of run through those sounds now. So I'm going to turn everything off but the square wave, which is just going to be your overall distortion. And like I said, it's like on guitar, this would not be a great sounding fuzz. It's kind of just like there's no medium setting. It's just full blast all the time. But like on synth, I think it sounds really nice. So here, so this is just the, you know what? I should get like a cleaner signal there. I'm getting quite a bit of Yeah, I've used it for guitar before, for like weird, like glidey lead stuff. It basically turns your guitar into a Moog. But so this is just the square wave. I'm going to turn it on. Seems to sound a little better with the compressor off for some reason. Probably compressors and fuzz pedals sometimes hate each other, so that makes sense. Whew. All right, so this is just the straight keyboard sound. Then I'm going to turn the square wave on. And then now I'm going to slowly bring the subharmonic in, which is going to be an octave down but the same note. Maybe it does sound better with the compressor. And you can kind of tell that like this pedal is just completely unpredictable, which could either be very annoying or very cool depending on how you look at it. So right now I have the oscillator set, or the subharmonic set to 2 octaves down, same note. If I switch it to the next one, yeah, it gets indistinguishable. boy. So you can hear when I bring the sub in. Maybe like a... It's ridiculous. So, you guys kind of get it. The Data Corruptor is an absolutely ridiculous pedal. I've definitely got a few spots picked out where I know I'm going to use it on the next record. Probably not like this, but I do think it's cool. I'm going to throw the Big Muff on here, the classic Big Muff, because I think it's a really nice lead sound. Maybe we can mess around with that. Is everybody awake out there? Is this way too lame? I don't know. Yeah, I mean, this has been my last couple days, so if it's sad, then I'm sad. All right, cool. All right, well, that's fine. We got a bunch of nerds here then. That's good news. All right, so let's yeah, yesterday I was really impressed with how good... You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to open up here. I'll switch to the other screen here. I'm going to open up Cubase and do some MIDI sends from Cubase. All right, let's see what happens here. Whoops. Am I still there? I am. Okay. So, hey, check, check. Alright, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to open up MIDI track. We'll just call this Korg. I'm still kind of learning about proper integration of hardware and software within the Cubase software. I figured out yesterday that there is a way that you can synchronize external synthesizers with Cubase, where you can basically just open it up as if it's a plugin. Like there's no visual aspect, but like you can just open a MIDI track and it's just like everything is right there, like as if you were using a soft synth, but it's a hard synth, and you can send the MIDI out to it. So I did kind of figure that out yesterday, but I think for the sake of just keeping it easy here, we're just going to do some... Okay, there we go. Sweet. All MIDI inputs, and then the output... Oh, is it not plugged in? Should be plugged in. Is that missing? Worked yesterday. Hold on. Hang on. I forget where I have to go to. Is this plugged in? Yeah. Workspaces. Okay. Left and right. Why is it missing? Hang on. I'm going to reset this here. That should be plugged in. Sorry, like I said, pretty impromptu. I don't really, I barely have any idea what I'm doing. Oop, too loud. I just did this yesterday with like without even trying. I don't think this is gonna work. No, it doesn't. Remove. Okay. Okay. It was just working yesterday. I don't know why it's not working now. It's almost like it's not plugged in. Let me double check back here. Oh, sweet. I don't know why that happened. Let me try restarting Cubase, see what happens. Close. track. Okay. Why does it say missing? That's weird. Do I have to add like a new MIDI instrument or something? Probably. I did just update the drivers. Install device. Okay. I mean, I just did this. Yeah. So weird. I wonder. Sorry, guys. This is really boring, I know. Nope. Try another one. EM device. Huh, it's like not recognizing it now for some reason. It's all plugged in. Let me go back to the article I was reading yesterday. Sending MIDI from Cubase to synth. Yesterday I just opened it up and it was like it just worked. But I don't know. Maybe it's because once those. Damn, that sucks. I'm trying to think. That's okay. We'll just do it the old-fashioned way, I guess. Just keep tweaking. Okay. No. Hang on. Let me just switch this to this view. Sending Okay, I'm looking it up now. Wow, this stream came to a grinding halt. Out of left into the keyboard. I have a feeling that I probably, because I just like updated this thing, or I installed the drivers for this thing right before the stream started, and then I didn't restart my computer. I'm wondering if that has something to do with it. MIDI port. It's so annoying. They have like every single synth here that you could need, but of course they don't have this thing. I wonder if I just need to like unplug it and then plug it back in. That'll work, right? Yeah, I mean, it just like worked yesterday. I'll just do it by hand. It's okay. Anyway, let's check out this big muff here. Oh, okay, I see. Go back to the just default kind of. High strings, low strings. What's bleak 70s? Oh, that's kind of neat. I'm just going to close this session. Yeah, I'll figure that out for another time. I don't think me doing it right now is going to do much of anything. That's kind of neat. Fine, just I keep going back to the. Ooh, that's kind of cool. It's like a theremin. Oh yeah. It's kind of cool. All right, now I just have the afterneath on with the warden. Later, man. See you later. Thanks for stopping by. I really like that. That's I have it in like the mono voicing, like the mono voice. So like I can't play more than one note, you know, at the same time. If I hit two notes, just plays one or the other. But that has like a very cool like gliding. Kind of cool. It sounds like one of those creepy, like old creepy old like wax recordings, like a woman singing or something. Well, I bet this would be a good one for the transmitter. Is that distortion? That's what I've noticed about this whole thing is that it's a whole lot of back and forth. Oh, this one's velocity sensitive. Right now I just have the space spiral on. You can kind of hear when I bring in the depth and the shape control on this pedal, you get this kind of like that's all the pedal doing that thing. Oops, sorry about the volume there. Oh, that's kind of cool. I wonder if I do have the ditto right there. I wonder if I can make some cool. Yeah, you know what? That's what I'm gonna do. So maybe it's not so bad that we couldn't do the MIDI here because now I'm gonna maybe try to do a loop. Get like a real bassy. I don't know what that's like. Oh, that's like that's like the Depeche Mode. Forget what that song is. Oh no, it's the half step. Yeah, that's sweet. Sounds like a pretty good one to work with it. I'm gonna throw, I don't know how this is gonna go, but maybe more. Looking for the basses. There we go. So I'm gonna try to see what happens if I like use the ditto pedal here to try to create some kind of loop. I've never done this before, so it could be terrible. Yeah, it kind of works. Let's find another sound. Oh, I know what I could do. Pause that real quick. Do like a... Turn that off. I keep going back to this, where is it? There it is. I keep going back to this sound for some reason. It's just like, to me, it's just like what a synth sounds like. Probably sounds like a Moog or something. So we were doing C to... whatever that would be. C. Yeah. So like G or G sharp. I think that's G sharp. Should be. Anyway. Okay, so this is like I think I was doing this the other day on my Instagram. It's yeah, you know, obviously like Stranger Things kind of thing going on there. Let me try. So yeah, this pedal here is the ventilator. You can kind of hear it better when it's just like one ringing out here, but so this is like the slow setting, and then I'll kick it into the fast setting. It slows down again. It's just like cool rotary sound. Sounds neat though. You know what would be a better idea? Is if I programmed out the... If I did the sequence first, because that'll like establish like a BPM. That'll establish a BPM for the rest of the project, or the rest of the loop or whatever. So let's instead of using the Stranger Things thing, that's a little. Yeah, that could work. So let's try that. It's not quite Stranger Things. It's a little different, right? I don't know. Let's do 100 beats per. Maybe slower. $95. That's the afterneath. You turn the drag knob, it does this like weird. This is the depths. Maybe I'll just keep it simple for this. Missed it there. Let's try it again. One more time. Got it that time. Let's get like a bass going here. Oh, that could be cool too. Would I have it? 95, yeah. Wonder how that works with oh, I see. You already got that though. Crazy good sounds there. Thanks, dude. Just messing around. Is there any way to replicate these exact settings later? I mean, like, I could recall the setting that's the source sound, but like as far as the pedals, like I'm kind of just tweaking as I go. Whoops, close call there. Alright, let's find, yeah, I think... weird. Alright, let's find a... That's kind of what I'm looking for. We'll turn the compressor off. loud, sorry. Looking for a lead sound. What's that? Kind of like that better. Oh, there we go. Yeah, that's neat. Turn that delay off in there. Yeah. Let's go back to that other sound real quick. I need to make a longer loop. Still like that sound a lot. Alright. Sorry, this is like super low energy, guys. I'm just, I don't know. Messing around, I guess. Oh, look at that. The light's coming through the window so you can actually see what's going on a little better. Let me tweak that camera again so it's a little less nuts looking. Sorry again about the horrible noise there. Alright. That's whatever, that's fine. Transmitter again. missed it. It's a tricky thing with the Ditto pedals, getting it properly in time. Try it again here. Right now I'm just running the Space Spiral and the Warden. Space Spiral, I'm not even using the modulation at all. Got it. So maybe we can come up with like some kind of cool counterpoint thing. I don't know. So what was I doing? Oh. What was I playing? There we go. Try this. I'll hit these at the same time. Is this cool? I think this is cool. So yeah, I got 2 loops in there right now. Maybe I'll add a third one. Just, I kind of feel like I might have blown the synchronization there, but let's listen back. That's pretty cool. If any of you guys like this kind of stuff, and this is obviously just super me just screwing around, but you should check this guy out. I don't know how to say his last name, so I'll just show you. Yeah, cool. You can't see anything. All right, it's Steve Hauschilt, Hauschildt. He just does a lot of stuff like this, but he uses like big modular synths, and then as well like soft synths. You should check his stuff out. You should check his stuff out if you like this kind of stuff. Maybe come up with another one here. Maybe a lower one. I bet that would work. So we're still going to get some little stranger things going on here. Maybe. Yeah, exactly. Let me try that again. Maybe not. Maybe we need like a lower. Get to the bass. Oh, there was one that was like. Cuts to dead silence while someone talks about how it all went wrong. Yeah. I don't want any delay on that though. With that dirty bass, where is it? Weird. Huh. Where's that bass? Oh, it's an ARP. Ah, cool. I still want like a nasty bass, like a Goodbye Blue Sky Pink Floyd sound. I know it's in here. There it is. Right. cool. I just deleted the whole thing. Sick. Damn. I don't know. I don't know, guys. That's how it goes sometimes. Well, I can probably figure something out quick. We'll just do like that's kind of cool. Nope. Damn. That's weird. Let me try that one again there. Maybe we'll do that. Try that. Missed it again. That's pretty good. What did I do then? It was like... Alright, cool. Tron Legacy. I've actually never seen Tron. I have to check it out. Oh, whoa. It's like... I can't believe I've been on here for 3 hours. Should probably go do life stuff. Other life stuff. But that's okay. This damn light in here is so shot. Sorry, I'm tweaking these camera settings again. There we go. Oh yeah, no problem. This is like I said, this is what I've been doing for the last couple days anyway, so and I have no clue what I'm doing, honestly. I mean, I'm super learning with this. Tron flutes? Oh, Mellotron. Does kind of sound like it. Not really, actually. I'm not going to delete it this time. still think that's a really cool patch. Maybe like a cool... That's kind of neat. Oops. Haha, that's cool. I didn't know it did that. That's cool, but I don't know if I like the bingy bing thing. Maybe you just... I'm just curious. I don't even know what this is going to do, but... Huh, interesting. So, yeah, just tweaking here. Yeah, that's, right now I've got it going through the Warden compressor, the big muff for a little extra saturation, the depths for modulation, and some delay on the space spiral, but it sounds kind of neat. If I turn everything off, sounds like that, but I'm adding in these pedals, so hit those at the same time, and then yeah. How's that volume? Could that come up a little bit on your guys' end? Not gonna delete it. Sorry. Been on here for a minute. Just gotta. As for the old texts. All right, cool. So we got. I still feel like it's missing like some low end. I mean, it's like really hard to represent that in like I'm literally all that sound is coming out of this one ditto pedal, so it's kind of hard to really have a good solid low end. this? Not deleting. I feel like I don't know if anybody on here. I don't know if anybody on here is a Mac Miller fan or not, but I feel like this is like a sound that he would probably have used on his last record. I don't know. I think he really like I don't know, whatever you would call that. It definitely sounds like something he would use. Ooh, maybe that'll work. Maybe I get it. That's cool. That sounds cool. I bet that would sound really nasty through the sorry. Maybe just real low. that cool? Yeah, I'm like big fan of like the whole like Frippertronics kind of thing, and I guess this is kind of like a butchered idiot version of what he does. Tune real quick. I think I was out of tune that whole time. I had no idea I was gonna end up doing this, but I guess this is cool. You know, I've always thought it would be neat to like get good enough with like a pedal board synth looper setup. I should really honestly get like a bigger Ditto, like one of those like the Ditto X4 or whatever. I've always thought it would be cool to like just have like a self-contained little thing here where I could just, show up at an open mic night or whatever and just make everyone leave by doing stuff like this. I don't know. I'll just mess around a little bit. Some like clean stuff with these are the Mark Holcomb signature. You can hear the compressors pop that. Sounds great. Not my playing, I mean. flipping out there. I don't know. Well, yeah, I don't know. Let me move this camera a little bit here. It's a really horrible camera angle here. All right, well, yeah. So I've been on here for like 4 hours almost. I was kind of thinking this would be like maybe an hour and a half or 2 hours, but here we are, 4 hours later, and yeah, I'm probably gonna get off of here, but I hope this wasn't mind-numbingly boring for you guys. I'll probably do more stuff like this if you guys enjoyed this, just me kind of doing what I do here in the cave. But yeah, thanks to everybody that watched. Thanks to anybody who followed and subscribed and all that stuff. I'll try to do more stuff like this. I honestly, like, I kind of want to get to a point with this Twitch channel where, like, you know, obviously, like, I'm in, you know, I play guitar and write, you know, the music for Rivers of Nile and stuff, but I'd like to get this channel to a point where, like, I can have, like, a fair balance of, you know, all the stuff that I enjoy doing, whether it's, you know, metal or, you know, just weird electronic stuff, or maybe we could do some, like, lo-fi beats, or, you know, just whatever, really. But anyway, all right. Before the clock strikes 4 hours, I'm probably gonna get out of here and get some other work done. But thanks again, guys, and I'll see you all hopefully sometime in the next couple days. I'll probably do another one of those mix breakdowns for the stuff from Owls that we've been doing. So see you guys later, and have a good night or day or whatever it is where you guys are at.